So welcome back to Kumamoto. It is quarterfinals day at the Kumamoto Masters, Japan. This is a Super 500 event on the HSBC BWF World Tour. So after two singles, we turn our attention back to doubles, and this time it's women's doubles. And it is the Thai combination of Kititharakul and Prajongjai up against the two-time former world champions, Matsumoto and Nagahara. Well, as far as the women's doubles draw is concerned, we only started with 6 seeds because 2-seeded pairs pulled out before play got underway. And then in the first round, another 2-seeded pairs retired, injured, when leading at the mid-game interval of the opening game of both of their matches. So it means by quarter-final stage, we're down to 2 seeds, just one in each half of the draw. The seeds in the bottom half of the draw, the Chinese pair of Zheng Xiang and Zheng Wu, they're safely through. So the 2 is one of the Japanese pairs. Well, only 5 different nationalities, because as you can see, 2 pairs from Japan, 2 from China, 2 from Thailand. Add to that the Malaysians, Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan, who have already lost, and the pair from Chinese Taipei, who have already lost. So it is not possible for us to have 4 pairs from 4 different nations at the semi-final stage in the women's doubles. That possibility no longer exists. Well, I think most of the fans are Japanese, aren't they? They really are thrilled, the fans here, to see badminton of the very, very highest quality. World champions, Olympic champions, all on show. We're down to just 3 courts today, having played 4 courts at the beginning of the tournament. Just 3 courts in action. So, our Master of Ceremonies announces the 2 pairs to come onto court, led out by the Thai combination of Jongkongpan, Kititharakul and Rawinda Prajongjai. So this will be a 10th meeting between these 2 pairs, and it is a repeat of the semi-final at the French Open recently in Rennes. And for the first time ever, in what was then the 9th meeting, the Thai combination actually beat their Japanese opponents.
And black, what's your choice? Black. So red for you? Black. You want the toss? What's your choice? Don't receive?
Ah, extraordinary. They win the toss of the coin, and they've chosen to receive. Every stadium, every arena has a slight drift. Simple physics tells us that, because warm air rises, and with the fans in and a big arena like this, not that it's one of the biggest that we play badminton in, but it's still a large arena, the warm air rising causes a bit of a drift. This is Jongkongpan Kititharakul. She's 30 years of age, from the beautiful ancient city of Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. But moved to Bangkok, age just 1. They are currently number 9 on the world rankings, have been as high as 5 for a total of 3 weeks across 2 different spells. Rawinda Prajongjai is also 30 years of age, but she was born in the Thai capital of Bangkok. Bronze medalists at this year's Asian Championships, and had an incredible tour in Europe recently when the HSBC BWF World Tour had 4 tournaments in Europe. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Both of their matches in 2 straight games. Second round against Efla and Lohau, have been leading quite comfortably 19-15 up in that second game before it got awfully close, and they only scraped through 22-20. So to the two-time former world champions, Mayu Matsumoto is 28 years of age, and she is from Sapporo, the largest city on the island of Hokkaido, the northernmost of the main four islands. We, of course, are in the southernmost of the main four islands that make up Japan. Her partner, Wakana Nagahara, also from Hokkaido, is 27 years of age, and they were world number ones for 27 weeks across 2 different spells, but currently number 8 on the world ranking. And a large part of that is due to injury problems to Nagahara, and therefore their ranking dropped down. A beta pair from Scotland promoted from the qualifying, McPherson and Torrance in the first round, and then Iwanaganan and Nakanishi in the second round. So both of these pairs have won both of their matches in 2 straight games in reaching this quarter-final. So our umpire from Indonesia and the service judge from Taipei. So I promised to tell you a little bit more about Kititharakul and Prajongjai's recent tour to Europe. 2 finals in their last 3 tournaments. Reached the final of the Arctic Open in Finland, and then the final, of course, of the French Open, because I was telling you, and we saw, that the last time these 2 pairs met was in the semi-final of the recent French Open. It was the first ever victory for the Thai pair then in their 9th meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Jongkokon, Kititharakul, and Prajongjai, Thailand. And on my left, Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara, Japan. Mayu Matsumoto to serve to Jongkokon, Kititharakul, low ball, play.
So the 2-time former world champions, Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara, far side of the court, getting this quarter-final underway. So, of course, Chris, the first question I've got to ask you is, what do you think made the difference in Ren for the Thai combination to get their first ever victory over this Japanese pair?
I think I managed, well, didn't manage to, I was watching them in the Arctic Open, and they were playing well. There was no doubt about it. I think in the final they didn't play quite as well, but they were, you could just feel they were playing just a little bit better than normal. And some of the other matches that they had with the Japanese pair been fairly close, but they hadn't managed to quite, let's say, play to the high level for the whole duration. And obviously it was a humdinger in regards to, it was a 24-22, like, monster game that they pulled through. But I think it was that the confidence from some of their more recent performances. They were playing well, and they still are playing well. And you know, even in this tournament, they've played well throughout. I think they're going through a really strong sort of patch at the moment for their level.
Interception from Nagahara. That is superb play.
Yeah, brilliant. She read it so well, and that's what it's all about at the net. You've got to make these quick decisions. When you do, it can totally change your rally.
One of the few doubles players that serves forehand in world badminton, Nagahara. Oh, that's well taken.
Really well taken. Again, it is a very, very, very unique service situation. They pretty much start side by side. I'm confident there's no other pair in the world that start with a setup like this.
There was recently, and that was...
Side by side, I'd have no idea.
the Olympic champions, Polly and Rahai.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you meant recently, as in very recently. When I first saw this setup, I was very surprised by it. But
Yeah, I think the problem for Polly at the end of her career, and the problem for Nagahara, is they've just totally lost confidence in the low serve. So rather than popping up an easy low serve for your opponent to kill, it's a much better idea just to simply almost just get the shuttle into play by using a forehand flick, basically, most of the time.
Yeah, and I would actually say with the new service rule, I actually think, especially in ladies doubles, a forehand serve, if it's done well. There's a player from India, Gutta, her name was, and she had an incredible forehand serve. It was very, very, very dangerous. And I do think if someone could almost perfect this forehand serve in the ladies doubles category, it could be a major, major weapon. And as you said, they've dealt with it in a very sensible, mature way. They've accepted the issue and they've tried to find a solution to it, rather than trying to fix something that's very, very difficult to fix when you start to have trouble with your serve.
Jwala Gutta
Yep.
is the name. Fabulous women's doubles and mixed doubles player. Oh, that's interesting.
5-3.
Matsumoto saying to her partner, come on, we've got to move forward. There seemed to be an arm movement that said we've got to go forward in court.
Service over. 4-5.
Shuttle had dropped just a little too low to go for the kill there from Prajongjai. What do you think is going to make the difference here, Chris, in this match?
I mean, it's going to be when both pairs are on the attack, the integral thing is with the defense, they've got to be outmaneuvering their opponent. They can't just simply defend, because if they passively defend, both pairs have such a good attack, they will 100% get through. You need the net player to be, it's not taking risks as such, it's calculated decisions to try and intercept, to try and make things difficult. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, they've got to be a little bit careful, both pairs, that when they're lifting, they have to make their opponent move. And then we saw, I don't know if we're going to see it in the replay, we can see then Japanese pair were on balance when they're striking the attack, and it gives them all the options.
I think as well that the Japanese pair have got a much more penetrating attack.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think they're harder hitters.
Yeah.
And I think that in these slightly slower conditions, that may be something that swings the pendulum in their favour.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I would agree with you. The Japanese definitely have a bigger hit, a more powerful hit. I'd say they have slightly less variation. The girls from Thailand have more variation, but it's going to be interesting how it plays out. And you've got two pairs that are very evenly matched in regards to their rankings. You've got 8 and 9 in the world.
Do you think those are realistic rankings?
Yeah, I do think not far off, yeah. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 pairs that could be fractionally higher or fractionally lower, but I do think both pairs are around that. Because I do think that the girls from Thailand, for me personally, in the last sort of 3 months or so, they have improved their level. It's quite interesting.
They have been ranked higher though, Chris. They've been ranked as high as 5.
Yeah, I'd say that maybe for me personally is a fraction higher than maybe it should be. But it, you know, ladies doubles is kind of changing all the time. There's new pairs emerging and some very sharp.
To the mid-game interval with a 7-point advantage, the 2-time former world champions Matsumoto and Nagahara.
They got caught.
Thailand coach, former men's doubles player.
Wakana.
So it is a very handsome lead for the 2-time former world champions, Matsumoto and Nagahara. 11-4 in this opening game.
I have to say, just going back to this service situation, because it is a very unique one, but I've got to say a lot of credit to these girls because they've almost made it quite a dangerous situation. Just then, she's kind of perfecting a flat drive serve. She's got good variation on her serve. So it's gone from something that was a weakness, not quite to a strength, but something that's definitely not a weakness anymore, which I think they've done fantastic to do.
Yeah, and I think that women's doubles players, and especially this Japanese pair, have taken inspiration from Gracie Apolyi, because I was one that said, how can a pair that only one player within the partnership who's got a low serve, how can they win an Olympic gold medal? Well, I witnessed it, and they did it extremely well. So the thing is that about women's doubles, the defensive play is so good that they can cope with just lifting the shuttle at the start of the rally with, in essence, a flick serve.
12.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think if the quality of the serve is good, but it's obvious, as in if it's, you know, as long as she can do a drive serve, an okay low serve, and a deceptive-ish flick, it is dangerous because it's the box you have to serve in is still quite large. There's still quite a lot of court that the player has to cover, and the partner's ready and you're side by side. Good play from the Thai girls. Good interception, looking off the net. There's a shot before from Rwanda. There was just almost a fade, push into court, but in a downward direction.
Service error from Prajongjai.
That's over. 13-7.
That's good defense. Steen and I don't see eye to eye on the defense of Matsumoto, because I love her defense, because I think she's very creative on her defensive play. But because she's trying to be creative, she does make 1 or 2 errors. So Steen thinks that it's not solid enough, her defense. I'd like to know where you stand on that.
I'll go in the middle just to be no, but
What a cop-out, come on.
I think it's one of those things though, but yeah, I totally get both your opinions in regards to you need a solid defence, but if your defence is solid but very simplistic, your opponents are going to know what you're doing. But then on the flip side, if you're too creative and you're making simplistic mistakes, you're giving away gifts. So I think it is a fine line, because you have to have some creativity, because otherwise, that was the one shot there. Well intercepted, but yeah, I think Rwanda there was just caught in two minds. I think at times, this is the thing, she can defend incredibly, because she can, one of her favourites is on the forehand side, where she does quite a large swing, but she whips it across, which is a difficult shot to play. And that's one of her favourites, and when it works, it's incredible. We saw the rally before, it didn't, and it's quite a simple mistake. Impressive there, though.
Lucky neck board.
Hey, there, they're off the serve. She's hunting the shuttle there. Look, she's making a move. She's kind of in that situation made her own luck, because she's going forward when she's hitting the shot. Does hit it very clean overhead. It's like you can hear the noise. It's such a crisp, clean hit. And she has that height advantage where she can hit a pretty good angle as well.
That's a prime example to me of how the Japanese pair can penetrate on their attacking play. How many rallies have we seen so far in this opening game from the Thai pair where they've broken down the defence and really been able to use their attacking play?
At a hand, as in one or two, you know, where, and it's more an interception rather than from the back. They don't have the big power. That's why the net player's got to be so active from the Thailand girls. And
get ready to receive.
That's what we saw there, Jonkelfun.
Oh, that's a big missed opportunity from Nagahara.
11-18.
That's the variation. And we don't know if we've quite seen enough of that from the girls from Thailand. And that's the difference that they have that I don't feel the Japanese girl quite have. It's an incredible shot.
You don't think the Japanese pair have this variation?
Not to that extent. That is an incredible shot. I think the Japanese, as you identified, they definitely have the firepower. They're overhead, they hit it crisper, they hit it cleaner, they hit it harder. But I don't think they've got much else than the half smash, the full smash, a simplistic drop, not a stop drop like that.
Good smash once again from Matsumoto.
On this one, she hasn't moved. Look, she's fractionally off balance, but she took probably a step that was, 4 inches. They've got to make her move so that she's more off balance.
Who, Nagahara at the front or Matsumoto?
Matsumoto, when she's striking the overhead, because she hits it so hard. So when she's striking an overhead from the rear, that's a good move. Yeah.
That's very well played.
But
And
when
it's game point opportunities for Matsumoto and Nagahara.
if the Japanese are getting the attack, the Thailand girls have to make sure the Japanese are off balance, out of position, stretched.
Absolutely wonderful play from Mayu Matsumoto at the front of the court there.
Won by Mayu Matsumoto and Wakana Nagahara, 21-12.
21-12 confirms the umpire. Look at that. That was not going to come back. May have needed 3 attempts, but every single one was a pressure interception from the front of the court. 17 minutes for the opening game for the two-time former world champions, Matsumoto and Nagahara. Well, I'm pretty certain that the Japanese coaches will be very happy with the way that Matsumoto and Nagahara played in that opening game. Positive, aggressive, calculated risks.
This is the thing for the girls from Thailand. It's so tough because as soon as they go on the defense, the attack from the Japanese is so effective.
That's over. 1-0.
Nice change of pace. That intersection was just a delicate little drop.
That's over. 2-1.
I seem to remember you playing those rather effectively, Chris.
Thanks, Jill.
You probably weren't even born when I was playing.
I don't
Don't
know.
answer that. Don't
That's
answer.
over.
I used to play a little bit too, you know, Chris.
I know, I've heard. We've got a lot of fans around tour, Jill.
Yeah. Efficient put away from
3-2.
Prajongjai.
It was that drive, just the wrong shot, hitting in an upward direction. You cannot drive in an upward direction. I do think when Matsumoto's been returning serve, she has been, look how aggressive she is. They've got to have a bit more variation on their serve to her. They've got to serve out wide, serve shorter, flick, drive, something, because she's really on their serves.
It's good pace to this rally.
Great shot.
It was the deflection from the top of the tape that meant that the Japanese pair lifted short, and then that was the golden opportunity for playing the disguised drop.
Coach.
They're both returning serve well, both of the Japanese players.
Yeah, very aggressive and hitting very good quality returns, either in a corner or in a downward direction.
Oh, there was a low serve. Beautiful.
That's the thing. For me, that's not as good a quality as the Thai girl's stop drop, because if you look how deep it lands, it's clearly behind the service line, but it's effective because her smash is so big that they're having to have a deeper position as their base.
Yeah, well worked.
Service over. 5-0.
An attempted kill, I think, from Matsumoto. I think that may have been a double hit. Wasn't called by the umpire. Ended up as a net shot. Don't think we're going to see that again. No question, she is the creative one. Matsumoto. Overdone it.
The right shot, just didn't have to be quite as perfect. As long as you're stretching your opponent, you're doing the right thing. And that's the difficult situation from the Thailand pair. They had the attack and they were in an okay position, and when the Japanese went over, all of a sudden it changes from attack to defense, and bang, straight away the Japanese win the point. Brilliant pickup. Wow.
That's well played from Nagahara. That's a lesson in why you've got to have your racket up ready.
stepped in on that brilliantly, and she had no time at all to react, but did incredible.
Well, the defensive shots, suddenly
8-all.
a little block. They'd just been lifting prior to that, or driving. Longest rally so far, 46 shots. Oh, my goodness. Such was the power of the smash. It literally knocked Kititharakul over.
9-all. Thank you.
That shot there, and then she got themselves in trouble. She was caught in two minds. Chunk of fun there.
That's a lovely return of serve. Yeah, she must have read my mind, because I was thinking there needs to be more variation on the return of serve.
Yeah, that was an incredible return. The quality, the placement, right in the corner. I don't think we'd seen any of those yet from the Thailand pair.
The Thailand pair have to take away the command of the front court area from the Japanese pair. Yeah, and that is certainly a step in the right direction as far as they're concerned. And it is indeed Kititharakul and Prajongjai who have the advantage at the beginning here in the second game, albeit just a 1-point advantage. So just 1 point advantage, 11-10 in this second game. The tie combination are hitting with the drift. They are definitely making inroads with their attacking play. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a moment of magic from Kititharakul.
In Nagahara there, shot, she's too soft. She wants to push it in between the two players. She can't allow the net player to intercept her.
Well, that had been a run of 4 straight points.
11-13. Play on.
It's really just a complete reversal, isn't it, to the opening game? The opening game, the Japanese pair were on the attack the whole time, and now it's a pair from Thailand. Longest rally so far, 60 shots.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's a massive drift, but it is a small drift. I would say it's playing a part just because now the Thailand pair are having a bit more power in their attack, and they are now getting through. Wow. So aggressive still on a return of serving that they're not doing anything different. They've got to vary. I mean, that was incredible, that, and then how sharp she was on that. But they've got to serve somewhere different because she's going to stay as aggressive because it's working.
Oh, she's missed it. After Nagahara set up the golden opportunity with the cross-court block.
That's over. 15-12. Play on.
They're vying now for the attacking play.
13-15.
And that really is what doubles is all about. A cool interception from Kititharakul.
16-13.
That was amazing. That had gone past her.
Yeah, fantastic interception. She's definitely the net player out of the girls from Thailand, and she showed there her touch. But I think with the Japanese, with their attack at the moment, in the first game, it was quite comfortable when they're attacking, and they just used power and they got through. Whereas in the second game, they're doing the same thing, but it's not working. They need a bit more variation, even if it's half smash, a drop, something to disrupt the defense of the Thailand pair.
Opened up a 4-point cushion. Let's missed opportunity from Prajongjai. She knows it. Almost a little stamp of frustration after she made the error. Absolutely brilliant. Flat over the net. There's the first one, the defensive shot. Managed to keep that flat, and then that created a space.
Yeah, and that's the thing, she stepped in on both those two defensive shots, and that's the big key. She opened the court up and then hit into the gap.
The calculated risk of the half opportunity, that one to go forward.
Yeah.
That made the difference in the rally.
And that's the thing, you've got to move quickly, because if you move quickly, your partner can see it and they can cover. If you hesitate, you're not sure, you stutter, you go, then you come back, your partner can't cover you. And also you can't be as aggressive on the shot. Racket's broken, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has. Oh, she's still got it back. Oh, she was doing so well.
The racket head absolutely contorted with the break. Just look at her racket head here.
18-16.
Yeah, it's totally gone.
Yeah. Well, she did do well to keep the rally going as long as she did. Held that shot, Matsumoto, until the last minute, and then pushed it straight into her opponent.
It was, I think, what I liked was we saw a cross-court drop, which from Nagahara, which I hadn't really seen, and it didn't set the rally up, but it got the Thai girls off balance. Then the bigger smash was more effective, which then set up the comfortable push at the front for Matsumoto.
So 1 point in it. attack down the centre of the court in between the two Thai players. And they both went for it, and they both put each other off. So back level.
This is a really good comeback. Japanese pair, because at one stage, not long ago, it looked like it could be edging towards 3 games.
5 of the last 6 points.
Back on court.
13-17 down they were. Make that 6 of the last 7 points.
19, 18.
And 2 tantalising points away from a 4th consecutive semi-final in 4 tournaments played.
I think this is where I would stand back if I was returning serve. Yeah.
She's been outstanding today, Matsumoto.
Yeah, they've both played very well.
And now with 7 of the last 8 points, it's 2 match point opportunities for the 2-time former world champions. Good drive defense. That's gone long. A magnificent final push from Matsumoto and Nagahara. 8 of the last 9 points from 13-17 down to winning 21-18. That is remarkable.
Match won by Matsumoto and Nagahara.
21-12, 21-18. This the final rally. Watch as it go long. And I think many people thought that it was probably going to go the full distance when they trailed 13-17. But a wonderful display by Matsumoto and Nagahara. A 4th consecutive semi-final in 4 tournaments played. The Arctic Open, the Denmark Open, the French Open, and here now at the Kumamoto Masters. Through to the semi-final, 21-18 in the second game, having won the first 21-12. 45 minutes in total, and into the semi-final once more. Welcome back to Kumamoto, where